Hi everyone, sorry about the wobble, but it happens sometimes when I press the button. Good afternoon and welcome to Crochet Rocks. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So this is a WIP Wednesday. I was thinking, oh, I should have done a WIP Wednesday, and then when it occurred to me it was actually Wednesday, because I kind of forgot what day of the week it was recently, and I know that happens to us all from time to time. It is quite an embarrassing thing, isn't it, when you have to admit that you forgot what day. Didn't have to, but you know, I still did. And yeah, so then I kind of thought, well, how apt is that? I'll do a WIP Wednesday, because I have quite a few WIPs and finished objects around me. So excuse me, I feel like I want to sneeze. No, it's past me. And it's because I just shoved loads of powder on my face. I'm trying to tone down the redness. If you're not following this, I have a skin condition on my nose, and it is a precancerous thing called actinic keratosis, or solar keratosis as it's also known as, and I'm being treated with some chemotherapy cream. So I'm cataloguing that from start to finish, no matter how ugly it gets, over on my other channel, Rocksteady. There's a link to that in the description box if you want to follow me on my journey. I'm up to video 5 today, but they're not that long. So yeah, I'm just kind of showing, and even if it gets to the stage where I don't feel like I can show it on here anymore, I will still be showing it there, because that's where it's meant to be shown, you know what I mean? So there might come a time when my videos, while I'm undergoing this treatment, because it can last about a month, and it's fine for the first week or so, just looks red. So, you know, most of my videos have a nice shiny red nose, a bit like Rudolph. But then you get this inflammatory response, is what they call it. And once that happens, it might not be attractive to look at. So in that respect, if I go out the door, I might wear a mask, because, you know, at least they're around now, and we all have reasons that people wear them. So I won't be too conspicuous walking around with a COVID mask on my face. And so when I am filming, I might just do things that you can look at other than me. But I'll still be here, still be plugging away. Okay, so I'm just going to drink my tea, which is lovely. And it is this one, biscuit tea. Oh, hang on, can't get the direction. That one there. These 3 teas are for a giveaway. I don't know what day it will air, but I will film that and we'll get it up on there. But that's 3 teas are one of my giveaways. Okay, cheers guys. This is the biscuit tea. By far my favourite tea. So what I've been doing lately is quite a bit of swatches. So as you know, I have a yarn shop, and I was practicing this stitch, and with another couple of yarns I've been practicing that stitch just to see how it works out. But I wanted to show these particular yarns. This one was the Stylecraft Batik, and I did quite a few swatches showing how it works up in various ways, like with granny squares, which was strangely really cool. Pardon me, as with the circle right round, if you're going to make a hat with it, look pretty nice too. So yeah, I've been doing swatches, and I did that one. I did another one today, which will pop up tomorrow, and previous to this I did this one, and this is the stitch that I am really enthusiastic about making something with. And this was with the Savannah Cotton by Stylecraft, which was a new addition to my shop, and I absolutely love it. So I want to make something with it, and I want to make something with this stitch. It is a gorgeous stitch, and oh, it's so silky soft, I can't begin to tell you. So I'm really enthusiastic about this stitch, and I want to make something with it. Those are the swatches. Apart from, I can show you, but I don't know where they are. If I get to one, I might give you a sneaky preview of the one that I've done. So recently I made these, I just knew that I'd forget to bring something in. Anyway, this is the yarn that I made that particular swatch with. Only I made it in this colour, obviously. But these are that gorgeous, gorgeous Starcraft Savannah. I can't tell you how soft it is. I just really want to make something to wear with it because it's just so beautiful. It really is gorgeous. There's no other word for it. So that was this one. Watch out for something made with that stitch as well, because I will want to do it. So this is what I forgot to bring in. I made these recently, and these are placemats, you know, table settings. And I'd wanted to make something with this yarn for ages because I absolutely love it. Again, it's in my shop and it is on special offer. It is the Retwist Chainy Cotton Cakes. And I was in love with this colour scheme. I won't say way because I don't like that. But yeah, this was my absolute favourite one. Well, actually, you know, when I pick one up, and I look at it, I go, well, this is my new favourite. This is my new favourite. But this one really did grab my attention with its rainbow kind of vibe and this dark bit. And I like the way they all finish off with the pink and the colour from the centre. So they all finish off with that kind of bringing it together, you know. And I really like that. So this is what the ball looked like, only obviously smaller. The cake was exactly the same as that. So I decided to replicate, because you know when you look at a cake of yarn and you think, doesn't it look gorgeous? Well, it doesn't look like that when you've made something. But I wanted it to. So I replicated the way the yarn cake looked on a much bigger scale. So I manipulated the colour changes and they are absolutely gorgeous. So this was my table mats, place settings, and I will make some more for the garden actually, because this Chainy Cotton Cakes are really sturdy and durable. They are absolutely stiff. Not like t-shirt yarn is stiff, but it has a real kind of durability to it. So great for making bags, great for making furnishings like table mats and stuff like that, and something else I'll show you in a minute. But I made coasters to go along with those, and sadly there wasn't a lot of yellow in my cake, so I used 4. Basically I didn't use one per table mat, but some of the colours were very sort of few and far between, like the yellow. I had enough to finish off my placemats, and just with those I just drew out colours from it and made them. It doesn't matter, they're all rainbow. I've got loads more of these off cuts to use, and I'm just going to keep making more of these because you know, you can have them wherever you have drinks or things you want to stand on your surfaces. So then I saw the Moo hat, the bucket hat, and I wanted to make one. So I took all of those remnants, offcuts, whatever you want to call them, and I made a bucket hat. Now this one, it is quite a big hat. I wanted it to be big because I wanted it to go over my ponytail. Because, you know, sometimes I have a ponytail and I wanted it to go over it. And I didn't want like a massive brim, and I wanted to finish on that colour as well. So that's what I did. I kind of manipulated it. It is a little one for the garden. It's not huge, but it's really sturdy. You see what I mean about how sturdy it is? It really keeps its shape. It's brilliant stuff. I really like it. So that was with the Chainy Cotton Cakes that I made the bucket hat as well. So they are fabulous. Now this I made at first. This is an Aran bucket hat, and it's made with stonewash denim yarn, and it was a Sirdar that I had on my shelves. Now this is gigantic, and I think the yarn is very stretchy yarn, so you'll see what I mean when I put it on. It's gigantic. It really does look like well, you can't, it's kind of lost its shape as a bucket hat. So if I do an Aran one, I'm gonna have to sort that out because it's really become quite gigantic. The other thing I could do, of course, is undo it and make it smaller. So that might happen. And all this began when I started making a bucket hat. And I used the boho spirit. I haven't messed my hair up with all this hat business. I will, probably. I made it with boho spirit, which I do stock in my shop. And I think this is the gorgeous yarn. It reminds me, well, it is identical to Red Hot Unforgettable. It really is. And this one is called Harmony, and it was actually No, this is Red Heart Unforgettable, but I think it is because it was on my shelf. But it is identical to the Boho Spirit Harmony. It is absolutely identical. So I made this, and I rather stupidly, I wrote the pattern and then I didn't follow it, and so I ended up, this is not going to be nice because it's just an illustration. I ended up with it flaring out too much. So the idea is, when you're making the bucket hat, to get it to about this stage and then start coming out with your brim. So I have frogged that because I went a bit too far. I haven't actually quite frogged it all the way back. You can see there's curl in there, and that's because that's my increases. So I've got to frog it back just a little bit more, and I want to finish this one because it's the one that started it all, and I do want to get it done. So that's kind of on my agenda. There's the hook that I was using for it, keeping it inside, and I'm keeping it in this plastic bag with an elastic band like this. And the reason I did this was I wanted to crochet in the car when we went out for the day, and so I didn't want the ball rolling all over the floor of the car where your feet are. So I put it in the bag and had a loose elastic band, and it allowed the ball to kind of do that without coming out or running all over the floor. So I've just kept it in there because it keeps it nice and neat. Okay, quick slurp of tea because I know it's getting cold, and that's quite a lot I've shown you so far, but it's a tip of the iceberg. I do have lots more out in the yarn van, lots more WIPs, but they are now UFOs. And just recently I've been doing live streams. I said I was going to, but I didn't. Just bear with me a sec. Hold on. Sorry about that, but regular viewers to Rocks Chat will know I can't slurp my tea in front of you. And it was at the stage where it really needed glugging down, you know. Okay, so where was I? I don't know. Putting powder on my nose has made it itch. Sorry if I keep touching it. It's because I've got that treatment going on. Oh yeah, so I've got lots of UFOs out there. But recently I've been doing live streams, making and finishing the WIPs. The first one I did was Gary's blanket, and the second one I'm doing is this one. Now, this has been a tutorial on my channel for, since Job was a lad. There's a saying for you. I've got one of those little ties stuck in there. There you go. So this is it. This is my Willow square blanket, and I did a tutorial for this back in the day. I did it as a crochet along, and my tutorial is different to everybody else's, I have to tell you, if you're planning on making a Willow square blanket, because I don't like gigantic holes, and there's a lot of chaining going on in this part here that is very, very unnecessary and makes it extremely prone to becoming massive holes, which I don't like. So what I did was I did this center part as part one, so that, you know, if you needed to kind of brush up on that, you could. And if you just wanted this part, you could just go to part two. That's why I did it. I know I could have just done timestamps. I was new to YouTube, didn't know they existed. Well, they might not have done then, I don't know. Anyway, so this is it. I did the tutorial, didn't make this on the tutorial. This was going to be a gigantic blanket for the back of the sofa. And then Gary decided that he wanted a gigantic blanket. Remember the Gary blanket? So this one then become more of a lap blanket. It's 7 by 6 squares and a border. And so it's good for my knees. I'm going to have it out on the decking when I get a bit chilly, when we're sitting outside, that sort of thing. Might have it in the yarn van, never know. But it's just going to be for me, because Gary's got his blue one and I've got this one, and this is my favourite Poundland yarn. It's called Bright Pinks, I believe. Now, as many of you across the pond might not know, I sell this yarn in my store. For those of you across the pond, it's called Knitting Essentials. It's not called Poundland yarn, it's called Knitting Essentials, and there's one yarn bundle at the moment listed of this particular colour. It is beautiful. It's absolutely my favourite one, and this is what it looks like. It's just gorgeous. There's no other word for it, you know, gorgeous. And this is my little pot. this pot is for my tutorials and stuff. I put my yarn in it, stops it rolling around the floor when I'm doing a tutorial, and when I'm doing making this blanket, the yarn ball goes in it and it stops it from rolling around and going under my chair. So there is a tutorial, and on the tutorial I made a different one, which was blue and kind of dusky mauve, and that was for my grandson, and he loves that blanket. It's his go-to one, it's his favourite. He drags it everywhere he goes. So that's that one. This one you might not be familiar with. Now this has been ongoing for quite some time, and it is just a rectangular granny. I love the colours of it. It is very, very pretty and summery, and spring is the softest. I have to say, as soon as you touch this yarn, you just want to fall into it. It's so, so soft. It is King Cole Tropical Beaches, and this one's called Parrot Beach. They do two, Banana Beach, which I recently did a giveaway for, and this is Parrot Beach. Obviously with the bright greens, that's the parroty bit, but it's got the most gorgeous lilacs and yellows and blue. It's beautiful, it really is, and it's got fuchsia pinks and oranges. You can just see a little orange there. It is gorgeous. So this is a blanket that I was knocking up for the car or somewhere. I need some rugs, car rugs. It's a holey one. It's kind of a summery one, and yeah, it's nice, pretty. So that's what that one is. I started doing it and I never finished it. Well, you know, it won't be a UFO for long, because when that one's finished, I need a project that I can do like this, that I can work on and chat to you for my live stream. So it'll be that one, probably will be next, because it could have been, not that. Where are you? This one? Yeah, it could have been this, but there's a reason it's not. And the reason it's not is that fur. These were made with latte cakes, and this is a poncho that I've been making. Well, I started making it at the beginning of the winter, and I got quite into it. It's almost finished, but something stopped me anyway. And oh, it is just gorgeous. Now, yesterday I couldn't sleep that well, and I got into Crystal from Bag of Days live stream, and a little while ago I was sent some happy mail of the Ogo Colorama, you know, the fluffier one. And the thing that struck me when I looked at it, I thought it's very similar to the latte cakes, you know, it's very similar. And so Crystal held up the cake yesterday. It was a gorgeous blue, you know, that just got me straight away, because you know I love blue. But it did look very similar, and it was fuzzy, and so I thought, well, you know, good substitute for them. But yeah, these are all the colours that are in the poncho. See, Gary bought me this as a Christmas present ages ago. So he bought me this one and all of the colours that are in this cake, apart from the beige. So I just figured I'd use all of the colours for... There's a whole one intact there though, look at that. It's probably too much of it, so I could probably make something else. So that is my poncho, and I was going to do that maybe next. Now I've got a few ends going on here, I don't want them to tangle. Don't quite know, I'll have to wind those up later, they're going to get tangly. So here it is, this is the poncho. You can see if I put it on, it's probably going to have right fluffy goings on up my nose, isn't it, and fibres in my mouth and nose. But this is it. I haven't kind of in any way finished it yet, but yeah, it's coming along. That's the poncho. It's so soft, I can't tell you, it's gorgeous. And I should have finished it, and it's been a really cold winter, this last one, and if I'd finished this, I would have hidden under it all winter. I'd have hibernated underneath it, but I just didn't get it finished, and I don't know what possessed me not to finish it, but I will do. I know I've now tangled this round me, which was not a smart move. There we go, untangled. So that's the poncho, and that would be next on the live streams, but it's really sunny and hot lately, and having that fluffy it was hard enough making Gary's blanket. Sorry about the, did you hear the twang? It was hard enough making Gary's blanket under those lights. Just want to show you, this is a pattern for what the Parrot Beach does actually, but yeah, Parrot Beach does work up like. Banana Beach, Parrot Beach. See, these patterns are available also on in my shop. Let's put that over there. Another WIP that I've got going on, and I haven't got the picture to show you, unfortunately, is the excuse me, I knew the fibres would get to me, is the creeper blanket that I'm making for Tyler. And so I've been making squares because the creeper from Minecraft is very boxy. It's just a boxy character, so you can get away with nice big squares for him. So I'm making this with DK weight yarn, but you can easily do it with Aran, make it even bigger. So there are 3 colours. There are black, and there are these kind of bottle greens, and then there is this limey green that I'm making. So these are my yarns for that. This is the Stylecraft Special DK, and I couldn't get for love nor money, or even by wholesaler, the right colour green, so I've used a Wendy. But those are the yarns that I'm doing the creeper blanket, and it's being done not as a crochet along. I won't use the term Cal, but it is in parts, because I've shown the squares, how many you need to do, and I've left people to do them. And now, any day now, I'm going to start joining them and do the joining video. So if you're waiting for that, it won't be long. Now, also on the go, I have this, because I came up with this ages ago, and I started making it with a certain yarn, and then I didn't like it. So I've shelved it for a little while, but I will get back onto it. And it is a mile a minute, but not the traditional one. It's a different stitch mile a minute. And for this, I've used the Stylecraft Batik, because I've got a fair few colours of it, and the Bellissima for the outside edge. And there will be quite a few different colour schemes. I've got teal and teal, or teal and this one. Could they actually go together? I did check them out. I've got kind of pinky red and this colour. No, that's not that one. I'm getting confused. That's that one. Where's this one? It's in here somewhere. Well, I've got 2. I've got this one. I've got a pinky red, and I've got a kind of a cherry red. So I've got a cherry red to choose from, and I've got a fuchsia for the other one. And then there's this one, which is a dusky mauve, and I've coupled it with this one. Now these are all in my shop. The Bellissima has some beautiful colours, and I just think I'm going to drop the bag if I'm not careful, they just go so well together, some of these. It looks a little bit bright in here, but it doesn't in real life. Now originally I was going to use this for the denim one, but when you hold them side by side, they don't go, and it's because there's too much teal in that. And then there's this lovely beige one, which looks really cool with that one. So yeah, I've coupled them. They are both Stylecraft yarns, but I've coupled them with Bellissima for the solid colours. That's not a Bellissima, but I'm still looking for a red that goes really well. But that will be a tutorial coming up very soon. I did it quite long, so I wanted quite a big blanket, not necessarily like to fit on a bed or anything, but you could do it that way if you wanted to. But I thought, you know, I'd probably put this in the car or something, because like I said, I'm really in need of car rugs. Now where am I going to put that one? Let's just see. There should be another one. Here it is. This is my last one, I promise. Well, it's 2 in 1 really. Ah, there's the first part. Now this is something I just knocked up yesterday. I wanted to make something with the King Cole Cotton Smooth. Look at that sheen. Look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous yarn, this King Cole Cotton Smooth, and I got it in my shop. Look at that. And it is on offer. So I was watching TV late last night and I wanted something that I could make while watching TV. So I just started, whoopsie, I'm back, I'm coming back. Just made some solid granny squares. Because I could just carry on watching TV and not worry about what I was doing. So I've got a multitude of colours. It's got one of my hairs attached. Of course it has. We always attach ourselves to our work. And at the moment I've just made the 4, but I've got lots more colours to make them. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. I want to make a blind. I want to make some wearables. I want to make a bag. So, speaking of which, I have a bag as a WIP, and all it needs is lining and a strap, and I've filmed some tutorials for it and I really need to get it done. So if I can show you, I've shown you that lovely lilac colour, then I've got this taupe colour, and there's the hook that I'm using to make something else I'm going to show you in a sec. This beautiful sea breeze colour. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Really lovely yarn. Look at that lovely, then there's white, obviously. It is so super soft. You would definitely want to wear. Isn't that a lovely blue? It's just so gorgeous. And a silver. There is also a navy blue, because I've been using that one. Just ended off and I couldn't get the yarn ball back in. So this is what I've made so far. It's gigantic, isn't it? Well, it's because I've made this before, and I made it a long time ago. It hasn't seen the light of day for a long time, and I thought I wanted to try and emulate it again. Can't remember what I did. So here it is, guys. This is the thing. It's got a 3/4 length sort of sleeve, a big old kind of neckline. Won't fit me now, not in a million years. But I got creative with these, like big squares, little squares. And I'm not sure I'll make it identical, because I don't really remember how to do it. But it was just I didn't have a channel then, you know, just freestyled. You know, I wasn't planning on ever sharing it with anyone. And I can't even remember how I joined it. I know how I did the edging. The joining was pretty funky. And somehow I joined it as I went. So yeah, that is a mystery, but there's the start of mystery. And so there's 2 things that I have going on with this absolutely beautiful, sheeny, gorgeous, ultra soft King Cole Cotton Smooth. And I've sold quite a lot of Cotton Smooth, and people always give me really good reports about how lovely it is. And they order more because it is lovely to work with. But these ones, I just started making it because I wanted to watch TV and not keep turning away. Sometimes when I want to watch TV and I'm making a new thing, I'll watch something I've seen before. So it kind of doesn't matter if I miss a bit, you know. But I was watching Succession and I wanted to keep my mind on it. So making these kind of granny squares is dead easy. Now the one that I'm doing here, I don't know if you noticed it when I showed you, is completely different, because these squares that I made started off as, well, they're just kind of not normal granny squares. They're littler and they don't have so many stitches, whereas, you know, traditionally you've got 3. That one doesn't. So those are my WIP Wednesdays, and apart from one gigantic enormous bucket hat, they're not all bad. And yeah, I'm kind of going to finish a few of these very soon. Like the blanket, the Willow square, will finish completely on the next live stream because I'm more or less done. And then I can start on that one. Doesn't have a name. Parrot Beach, we'll call it, the Parrot Beach one. I also need to get back in touch with my bucket hat and get the next tutorial done of the creeper, and also the mile a minute. before somebody else steals my idea, because it was mine, and somebody will. It always, not just, do they will, it happens. So I'm going to get off now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.